This is a great way to pose a group. I call it the 90210. I learned this style of posing groups by studying the publicity shots of the American teen drama from the 90s, Beverly Hills 90210. I've developed and modified this technique over the years, and it's become my go-to pose for many of the cast shoots I do. I've also used this style of group portraits for family portraits, musicians, and even wedding parties. It's a fairly relaxed and casual looking portrait, so I don't think it's appropriate for corporate portraits or a group of CEOs. If I'm working with really large groups of between 7 to 50 people, I will use the 90210 in groups of 3, 5, 7 or 9 in clusters. This makes a very large group portrait look really interesting. I like to create interest in these group shots by staggering the levels of all my models. I will have the back row standing up, the middle row seated at various heights, including high stools, chairs, lower ottomans or boxes. Then I have a third level either on the floor or seated on very low stools or boxes. I will pose each person individually and bring each person onto set one at a time so I can see how my shot is building up. I recommend you shoot on 50mm or longer, as wider lenses will distort groups and make people in the front appear larger than those at the back. I usually shoot at around 100 to 150mm. This is a group shot I did for the TV series Project Runway. Publicity stills were scheduled at the same time as the promotional commercials were being filmed, and everything had to be shot in the same studio. I had to photograph this group portrait in complete silence because of the filming that was going on at the same time. I basically had to mime everything out for all the models, so luckily the technique of bringing everyone on one at a time and demonstrating each pose totally worked in this situation. Not all group portraits need to be photographed under such extreme pressure, but when you are dealing with large groups, it really makes a huge difference when you have a plan of attack and are confident in what you are doing.